Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We're group number 6. We were assigned to do an annotation how to treat industrial wastewater treatment, especially rubber industrial wastewater in Malaysia. Rubber industrial wastewater treatment. Introduction. Brazil in Malaysia is the third largest rubber producer in the world. Worldwide, the rubber industry is economically and society significant industry. Rubber industry consumes large volumes of water, uses chemical and other utilities, and produces enormous, enormous amounts of wastes and effluence. Discharge of untreated rubber effluents waterways results in water pollution that affected the human health. Abstract. This paper summarizes various technology and methods currently applied for the treatment of latex processing wastewater Malaysia. The new effective methods being researched and applied in Thailand and Vietnam are also mentioned countries with the highest production of natural rubber in the world. Different types of effluents.
Selamat sejahtera. Now I am going to explain about problem statement. My name is Devmani Chandrasekharan. Metrica number is CF180054. Now I am going to explain about the problem statement. To be known, Malaysia is the third largest in the world in producing rubber, where the rubber industry become an economically and socially significant industry. This industry consumes large volume of water used in chemical and other alternatives, and they also produce enormous amount of waste and effluent such as discharge, untreated rubber effluents to waterways, which resulted in water pollution that affected to the health of the human. In this global trend towards a sustainable development, the rubber industry must be more specialized in cleaner production technology, waste minimization, utilization of waste resource recovery, and recycling the water being used. This present of the labor is to spotlight various technologies that currently being used for the treatment of rubber effluents in Malaysia. In spite of the various advantages that are delivered to the modernization of this world by characterizing elastic, the result of regular elastic preparing has yet give a difficult issue because of its exceptionally containing influence. The fast development of this industry produces enormous amount of influence coming from its preparing task, which is actually a major issue on account of its wastewater contain high organic oxygen interstate and smelling spot. Without legitimate treatment, release of wastewater from the elastic preparing industry to the climate may cause genuine and durable outcome. The rubber industry will introduce the basic of these processes, including their benefit and also other problems. Besides that, it also adhere to the future trend of rubber influence treatment in Malaysia by reviewing various types of treatment technology for natural rubber industry implemented by world largest rubber producer, which is Thailand, and this new and effective influence treatment method would minimize the environmental pollution of rubber industry and become a sustainable and environmental friendly. Now I'm going to explain about literature review. Okay, the literature review is about wastewater collected from the rubber process factory contains some substances as well as the commercially important constitute from the rubber hydrocarbon. It's content of protein, mineral, non-rubber hydrocarbonates, and hydrocarbonates. This wastewater has high concentration of ammonia, BOD5, COD, nitrate, phosphorus, and also total solids. Moreover, the wastewater from the latex concentrate and skin creep industry contains sulfide, which come from the sulfuric acid in the skimming process, and some process which produce rather high content of zinc and cadmium. Wastewater treatment practices are often mentioned as pollution abandonment. Pollution abandonment involves in plant control which is inside the factory and end processor treatment of wastewater. Some in-plant control measures are often introduced to enable reduction in consuming of water, generation of pollutions, and to extend the efficiency of the end of process wastewater treatment. Without some proper treatment have been used, the discharge of wastewater from the rubber processing industry to the environmental may cause serious and prolonged consequences. Because of this happen, suitable technology must be used for the treating this wastewater in the rubber industry to avoid any effect happen. Rubber industry in Malaysia have implemented treatment facility that according to the regulation. These systems are inexpensive and have high efficiency of organic load reduction, but are appropriate for areas that land is out there. Another serious threat of the rubber waste towards environmental protection is high concentration of nitrogen. During this effluence, the high level of hydrogen sulfide will be liberated to environmental and cause malaria problem. Therefore, treatment of rubber wastewater using effective method for overcoming to those problems is required. Several processes are developed for treatment of this wastewater in Malaysia. Several processes are developed for treatment of this wastewater in Malaysia, such as Malaysia Rubber Wastewater Treatment Process provided in 1995. Various water treatment systems are found that the biological process like pond technology and aerobic and anaerobic method are for most commonly used treatment system. The existing biological method was also incorporated with sulfide reduction system and precipitation so as to further improve the efficiency of rubber wastewater treatment. Thank you.
Hello doctor, my name is Logiswaran and my metric number is CF180109. I'm going to explain about methodology. It has been discovered that the neutral processes, for example pond technology and aerobic and anaerobic techniques, are the most generally utilized treatment processes. The current natural strategy was additionally joined with sulfate reduced system and precipitation to additionally improve the proficiency of rubber wastewater treatment. Azola and water hyacinth is an organic strategy, and furthermore deionization system are the other elective strategies that recently have been utilized for the treatment of rubber emanating in Malaysia. Pond technology. Pond technology is generally utilized technique for the treatment of effluent from the essential rubber industry in Malaysia. There are in excess of 50 palm oil and rubber plants in Malaysia, which practically all have introduced some sort of essential wastewater treatment systems. The pond techniques typically incorporate high-stack anaerobic ponds and low-stack vigorous lakes. Before the pond treatment system, there is a lattice trap and a balance stage as a penetration step. On the off chance that lakes are viably planned and ideally work, it can eliminate over 95% of organic oxygen interest from elastic wastewater. Biological treatment is a technique which gives the best degrees of BOD. Aerobic and anaerobic treatment is the most widely recognized biosensible technique utilized in Malaysia for regarding rubber wastewater, as it is a reasonable treatment with high proficiency. In the rubber industrial facilities where land territory is restricted, air circulation frameworks are utilized as an option of settling ponds. Traditional treatment frameworks are all around setup utilizing air circulation frameworks with sludge reusing to build the microbial fixations in the air circulation tanks. It can eliminate over 95% of BOD from the rubber wastewater. This framework can beat malodor and appropriate of plant insufficient land region. Anaerobic sludge blanket reactor, which is called USB. It works 8 to 24 hours daily and comprises of a wastewater wholesaler, a cover for stretching slim, dry elastic substance, and furthermore a gas solid separator. It has been discovered that the USB can carry out agglomeration and granular slime framing a steady cover in reactor. Quick breakdown of natural materials can be accomplished because of the capacity of granular slope for maintenance of high solids in the reactor. USB is a nearby framework that can handle the flow smells which came from applied oxidation and adjustment ponds. It is also burned through low power energy that can help setting aside a great deal cash. The primary issue of the USP is trouble in building up the granular and keeping up its dependability. However, this framework was utilized and numerous enterprises, however, never endorsed that it could work properly with an rubber wastewaters. This is the different rubber wastewater treatment systems and their efficiency. Result: in stage 1, after increment of OLR by decrease of HRT from 4 to 2 days for the first USP, genuine waste of time of health challenge from the both first and second USP reactors to the DHS reactor happened. Therefore, COD evacuation in the primary USP strongly decreased to 25% at an OLR of 4.6 kg COD per m cube D. Therefore, COD exploitation of the entire framework diminished to 60%. In stage 2, the HRT of the first USP got back to 4 days. Therefore, the surge of TSS from both the first and second USP diminished in the spite of the fact that the absolute COD expulsion productivity in the principal USP was 30.9% plus minus 13.7%. This shows that natural issue was adequately treated in the second USP, the DHS. This is the verity with the time of OLR and complete COD evacuation of the first USP and entire system. In the first USP, over 90% of sulfate was devoid of natural exploitation during stage 2, and subsequently the age and hydrants of hydrogen sulfide in the second USP was diminished. In this way, it is recommended that the two-stage USP framework accomplish great execution in CL wastewater treatment by division of the phases of natural evacuation by sulfate decreasing microorganisms. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aiman Ashraf bin Muhammad Samsudin. My metric number is DF180100. I will continue with discussion. From the result, we use aeration treatment, a method called gas absorption or oxidation, to oxidize iron or manganese. It has been used to transfer a product such as oxygen from air or a gas phase into water. Next, in order to isolate NH3 from wastewater and to remove volatile taste and other such substances in water, air stripping has also been used effectively. Next, can reduce harmful gases emissions such as greenhouse gases, CH4 and N2O, and ammonia. We also use an anaerobic treatment. Due to the difficulties and cost of meeting the high demand for oxygen to maintain aerobic condition, these wastewater are difficult to handle aerobically. Next, while anaerobic treatment is time-consuming, the treatment of strong organic wastewater has a multitude of advantages. These benefits include higher purification level, the ability to manage high organic loads, the generation of small quantities of relatively very stable sludge, and processing of methane, inert combustible gas, as the end of product. Then I will continue with conclusion. First, the advantages and drawbacks of these strategies depend on organizational simplicity, versatility and performance, cost, technical problem and maintenance. More economical alternative technologies are therefore necessary for the treatment of wastewater from rubber factories. In the past, traditional treatment options for rubber effluent treatment have been preferred, but biological treatment, especially anaerobic and optional ponds, is becoming increasingly common because they are inexpensive and have a high organic load reduction efficiency. Lastly, in general, this advanced technique will accelerate the development of and good effluent content from wastewater treatment. That's all. Thank you.